Hello and welcome to Pock and Rob. This video is the penultimate in my series ranking the tracks of the Beatles studio albums, except I did say I was going to be doing the compilations, and so this is not really a studio album. This is Past Masters Volume 1, released in 1988 I believe, as a double album with Volume 2. I'm just going to cover Volume 1 now. I'll do Volume 2 next time around. There are 18 tracks on the record. So let's dive straight in and rank track 18, which I have placed Bad Boy. This was a cover of a Larry Williams song. It was released in the UK in '66 on the Oldies But Goldies album, which is actually where I first encountered it. I think that might have been the first Beatle album I ever bought. I had it on cassette. But it was originally released only in the American market on a 1965 Beatles album. It's a cover of a song I don't like. I don't think it's a good cover either. It's my 18. At 17, it's Larry Williams again with Slow Down. Another cover. Now, I think this might have been recorded on the same day as Bad Boy. I could be wrong on that. Again, John tended to cover the Larry Williams song, and Dizzy Miss Lizzy is also my least favourite off Help. So that's a triumvirate of not great covers of not great songs. 17, Slow Down. 16, we're sticking with covers for Matchbox. So this was on the Long Tall Sally EP from 1964. It is a Carl Perkins track. It's fine. Ringo sings it well. It suits his voice. It's just a workman-like cover. There's nothing particularly wrong with that. My number 16, Matchbox. And number 15, it is Komm gib mir deine Hand, the German language version of I Want to Hold Your Hand. What I understand from the notes in Past Masters by Mark Lewison is that this is the same backing track as the original song, and they just re-recorded the lyrics in German. They vowed never to do such a thing ever again, other than singing their native language. It's just German words of the same song. So the performance is good, but it exists. Come Give Me a Diner Hand at 15. At 14, I have placed I Call Your Name. So this is, again, from the Long Tall Sally EP. John gave it to Billy J. Kramer and the Dakotas. He didn't feel that they really did anything of note with it, and so he recorded it himself with the Beatles and popped it away on this the Long Tall Sally EP. It's one of the weaker early days tracks in my opinion. I Call Your Name at 14. At 13, it's a B-side. Thank You Girl, the B-side to From Me to You. It is a perfectly fine, serviceable pop song. Its B-side status fits it. It's not album worthy. I mean, some would say that it's possibly better than something like Little Child or Hold Me Tight Off with the Beatles. I don't agree. I think it's fine. And number 12, I have placed Love Me Do, the original mono version, on which Ringo is playing the drums. It's Love Me Do. We have two versions of it. The one that is Andy White with Ringo on tambourine, and then we have this version. I marginally prefer this version, if I'm honest. Love Me Do. The original masters are lost to time, so any version you hear of it, I think, has been taken back off like a recording. Could be wrong. Love Me Do, number 12. Number 11. It's a B-side again, and it's the B-side to She Loves You. It's I'll Get You, the song that out-yes the most pop song of that time. I'll Get You. I really used to love this. That love has dissipated over time to become merely liking it. It's a good B-side. Might have warranted a place on with the Beatles potentially, but I think they knew they were writing a B-side. I'll Get You at number 11. Number 10 is I Want to Hold Your Hand. It is higher than its German language counterpart because it is better the way it was written. I think there's something about I Want to Hold Your Hand that I am just a bit bored of hearing. I know this is the song that really took America by storm. Therefore, it's a vitally important song in the Beatles canon. I just don't adore it the way that some of the people do. I Want to Hold Your Hand is my number 10. So that is halfway through the 18 tracks. It is therefore time for me to remind you to subscribe if you haven't already done so, to click the thumbs up to like the video, as that really helps the YouTube algorithm in sharing it with other people, to click the bell to receive notifications of future content, and of course share it with someone else who may like this video. So at number 9 now, I have placed Sie liebt dich, the German language version of She Loves You. She Loves You obviously will be appearing a little bit later on this list. Arguably this is a better performance because the tapes had been damaged or something, and so they had to re-record the backing. And I think the backing on Sie liebt dich is better than the original She Loves You. I will have words to say about that. But it's such a good song that even the German language version is outstanding. And I really enjoy Sie liebt dich. A huge amount. It's my number 9. At number 8, I have placed a B-side. This was the B-side to Ticket to Ride, and it is Yes It Is. John slagged this song off. He didn't like it. He thought it was far too much of a retread of something else that will again be appearing later on this list. But I think the harmonies on Yes It Is are absolutely gorgeous. I wish this had been on Help. If you'd have pulled Dizzy Miss Lizzie or Act Naturally and put Yes It Is on Help, I think it would be better regarded. There was some great material that got B-sided that could easily have been on the records. Yes It Is at number 8. Number 7, I have placed I Feel Fine, their 6th number 1 single. I think this is their 4th million seller at this point. And it's important that the guitar feedback at the start of the record is quite seminal. But I don't think it's an absolutely top-notch Beatles single. I Feel Fine at number 7. At number 6, the B-side to I Want to Hold Your Hand, and it's This Boy. This Boy is brilliant 3-part harmonies by George, Paul and John, and it's predominantly a John song. Found its way into the Hard Day's Night film as Ringo's theme, and it's such a beautiful piece of music and singing. This Boy at number 6. At number 5, another B-side, I'm Down from Help. This is Paul in full-on scream mode. I'm Down should have been on Help. Now, I said that, I think, from Yes It Is should have been on Help. I'm Down absolutely should have been on Help. It's a great B-side. I'm Down, number 5. Number 4, their first number 1 single, From Me to You. I think this is a bit of a forgotten track in a way. I mean, as much as any Beatles track could be forgotten. It's the forgotten hit. This was their first number 1 in the UK. Did absolutely stuff all in America. I don't think it ever really received a proper release over there. And it seems to be the single that people forget about. People remember Please Please Me and Love Me Do, but they seem to forget about From Me to You. Probably doesn't help that B-side, Thank You Girl, is also a little bit forgettable. But From Me to You it's a good pop song. Number 3, the highest placed cover on this list, and probably my favourite cover that the Beatles did, Long Tall Sally, from the Long Tall Sally EP. This was a one-take performance by band and Paul kicks it. But it is such a cover. It rivals Twist and Shout for impact. In fact, in my opinion, it beats Twist and Shout for impact. The only big difference is the fact that this was buried on a unique EP. Long Tall Sally, my number 3. Number 2, for me, the better B-side to I Feel Fine, She's a Woman. She's a Woman is a song that I discovered because of Past Masters, because I had never heard it until that point. And I remember thinking, boy, this is lame. Paul was really asleep when he wrote this. And yet, the simplicity of it is its strength. Absolutely love the performance. And Paul wrote this in like an afternoon because they only did a B-side to I Feel Fine, and he was feeling competitive, and he wrote She's a Woman, and I think it's better than I Feel Fine. It's not a single, but it is better. And finally, at number 1, She Loves You. This song is in my top 10 songs of all time. It is in my top 3 Beatles songs of all time, and has been for 30 years. Whilst I will concede, as I said, that Sie liebt dich has the better band performance, and you can hear the join in the tape on the original version of She Loves You. You can hear a change in timbre where they splice together takes. It is such a powerful song. It is such a statement that it's one of the Beatles' very best songs, and for me, probably their very best early song from the first 4 album era until the end of '64. It is in my top 10 songs of all time, and I am glad it exists. She Loves You. It's my number 1 from Past Masters Volume 1. So that's my ranking of the 18 tracks. Let me know in comments below what you might think of it and whether or not where you would rank these tracks. I'll be back soon with another video, including finishing off the series with Past Masters 2. But until then, I'd remind you to subscribe, like, hit the bell, share, and thanks for watching.